Hey, the roof's open. Cubs and Brewers coming up tonight. It is game 2 and time now for our keys to the game. And they're brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers, Jim.
Well, you only get one chance to make a first impression, and that's the opportunity that David Peterson has here tonight. The new kid in town will become the 30th different man to throw a pitch for the Cubs this year. Just incredible how many arms they've had to go to. William the Conqueror, William Contreras is smoking hot here, batting .394 with 5 home runs over his last 18 starts. And last night we saw Mizorowski, but they've got pocket aces, this club, not just Mizorowski, but Kyle Harrison having a monster year as well. He's just a nasty left-hander, big fastball at 95, real good curveball, gets after it with that fastball, throws it almost 60% of the time.
Cubs and Brewers will have lineups and first pitch when we come back. Baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by the Bob Locurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Circus Sports. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Back here at American Family Field, we get ready for baseball time now. Roster moves. Oh boy. Taylor McGregor, what do you got?
Is right. It feels like another freak injury for the Cubs at this point. It's like you don't even know what to do. So Hobie Milner is placed on the 15-day IL with appendicitis. In the middle of the night, he felt pain in the appendix area, Ubered himself to the hospital, had surgery, and he's currently still in the hospital, but he is recovering nicely. So we're sending our thoughts with Hobie, but of course that means that there were some roster moves that needed to transpire. Here they are. So for Hobie, it is Tyler Ferguson recalled from AAA, and then also Bryce Wilson added to the 26-man roster. He was a recent acquisition from the Phillies. Corresponding roster move from him is Jaden Murray. So, Boog, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Appendicitis. Man, Hobie, get better. Craig Counsell, yeah, when it rains, it pours, and it was raining booze down on Craig Counsell when they put his picture up on the Jumbotron, as per usual when we visit American Family Field. Let's check out the Cubs lineup for the game here tonight. It'll be PCA, Shaw, and Seiya, the top 3. Shaw gets the start in right. Suzuki is the DH. 4, 5, 6. It'll go Bregman, Bush, and Horner in the batting order. And then 7, 8, 9 for the Cubs. Happ, Kelly, and Swanson. The Cubs 5th in the National League, 6th in the majors in runs per game, 3rd in all the land in weighted runs created plus. It's a good lineup. They'll go up against a really good pitcher.
Yeah, Kyle Harrison, a 30% strikeout rate. He's among the league leaders in that department. He's been brilliant here in his home ballpark with a 1.29 ERA, and that slurve is a very good complementary pitch, kind of a hybrid between a slider and a curveball to go along with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Also throw a changeup from time to time.
One of the big adjustments that Harrison has made with the Brewers is he shifted on the pitching rubber. As Pete Crow Armstrong looking around saying, is this it? Are we ready? Can we go? Yeah, PCA climbs in. Harrison working more towards the first base side of the rubber this year. The pitch. And the first offering of the game is in there for a strike. Hunter Wendelstedt calling balls and strikes here tonight. There are the numbers for PCA, and they've been sensational. And quickly, it is 0-2. A 28-game on-base streak. And now Pete asks for time, and then has a little something extra to say to Hunter Wendelstedt. Quickly 0-2.
Wow. Looked like the same pitch this time. Hunter Wendelstedt keeps that right arm close by his side. No challenge from Contreras, understandably.
1-2. Now that's downstairs. I think Contreras might have, if I could invent a phrase, over-framed it. Because if you look at where it clipped the bottom edge of the zone, and he took it right to the top edge of the zone. 2-2.
He's an overframer.
PCA settled nicely into that leadoff spot. He's doing it all. Broken bat roller up the middle. Terang will charge. Fire on the move in time. The ground ball out, and there's one away.
Terang, an outstanding defender, obviously can't dawdle with PCA going down the line. He charges this one aggressively, so it's a broken bat. And a nice play by Terang to keep speed off the bases.
So 1 out, bases clear, and it will bring up Matt Shaw. And that one misses up and away. Ball 1 to Shaw, who starts in right field.
Well, he made a heck of a play out there last night.
He was a Gold Glove finalist at third base last year, and this year plugged in all over the place. The bulk of his starts have been in right, but talk about a versatile piece and a valuable position player to have. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Let's watch him do his thing last night. He was in right field. Flying in, lays out, hauls it in. Shawsome.
Next offering, cut on and miss, struck him out. And Harrison registers his first strikeout of the night.
Well, we saw Harrison back at Wrigley on May 20th. He went 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, struck out 11 and walked only 1. So we've seen him do his thing already this year, and off to a pretty good start tonight.
And now here's Seiya, who homered against Mizorowski last night.
There's a changeup there. He's an 0-0 changeup. Missed badly. The second time he's gotten Mizorowski. Him on the breaking ball. Big time power. Right-handed hitter going deep to that part of the ballpark.
Big swing and a miss. Suzuki 2 away from the magic number of 100 career MLB homers, and that's the group he's with. Ichiro just ahead of him, Matsui, and then Ohtani. I mean, in a quiet moment away from the field, when he gets there, that's a pretty cool thing. You think about being, I mean, he's got a real good chance to pass Ichiro, and to be on that list, the top 4 home run hitters of all time. That one drilled left field, and Churiel is there, and Harrison gets him 1-2-3. Seiya hit it pretty hard. Family Field, Boog Shambi, Jim DeShays, and Taylor McGregor. As we check out the Brewers lineup, it's brought to you by Ford. And the Brewers second in the majors in runs per game. Churiel, Terang, Contreras, Vaughn, Sanchez, and Perkins, who starts in center. Frelick in right. Pratt, the rookie shortstop, and Joey Ortiz, the start at third base, as that has basically become a platoon. And those guys against David Peterson.
Yeah, well, his specialty is putting the ball on the ground. Not a big velo guy, doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but he does get a lot of ground balls. And because of that, he doesn't allow many home runs. Swing and miss pitch is the slider for the big lefty. 6'6", 240, 30 years old.
First pitch swinging is Churiel, blasted to center, and it's back and gone. And Churiel will touch them all.
Craig Counsell holding his hand up over there in the dugout, wants to make sure this ball is out. Not the best welcoming for David Peterson. First pitch as a Cub, and he surrenders the leadoff home run and has this place absolutely rocking.
For Churiel, home run number 11.
Oof. Promise I wasn't lying to you, folks. He does not give up many home runs. That's just the 7th allowed by Peterson this year.
As Terang swings at the first offering and fouls it back. So Churiel Takes Peterson deep. Lefty back to work. David Peterson, first round pick, 20th overall in 2017, an all-star last year.
Yeah, what did this hit out there? I thought it was off the yellow line initially. Boink, and then it hit the back. Oh, okay, hit the batter's eye behind.
Yep. So now 2-2 with Turang at the plate. Peterson deals. And that one misses down and away.
It's a virus that has been running around the Cubs pitching staff. 126 they have allowed.
Out towards left center, Pete Crow Armstrong. And there is out number one. And with one down, the bases empty, Brewers lead 1-0. Here comes William Contreras. Still smoky in here.
Yeah, they fired off the fireworks here, and it's kind of hazy.
The roof is open. Can't confirm.
The roof, the panels,
all of them.
Beautiful, beautiful night.
Brewers wearing their City Connect uniforms. You see that color on the back? It's not orange or salmon.
Nope.
It is officially mango.
Mango.
As in
Chris Kattan on SNL.
That's right.
It says Wisco on the front of it. Short for Wisconsin.
I'm not an expert, but I don't feel like people from Wisconsin call it Wisco.
No, I've never heard that before.
So what are we doing?
We're marketing is what we're doing.
All right, fair enough. 2-2. And that is in there. And Contreras has gone on strikes.
Looked like the changeup, a little fader right at the outside corner at the knees. Hunter Wendelstedt, raise that right arm, get it up high, ring him up.
2 away now, and Peterson back to work. Delivers to Vaughn. And that one missing outside. Andrew Vaughn the start at first base. What a job this guy's done since being acquired by the Brewers. Lifts it in the air, right field. Shaw into the sun and makes the catch. Peterson gets Vaughn, and that's it. But Churio goes deep. It's 1-0 into 1. Top of the second here at American Family Field. And Kyle Harrison back to work as he will face Alex Bregman. Harrison ready. Yeah, the first offering, that slurve in there for a strike. Harrison delivers. And in there again.
Right-handed batters hitting .210 against Kyle Harrison. 7 of the 8 home runs he has allowed have come to right-handed batters, however. That's where the slug against this guy is. Again, not a whole lot of it. 8 home runs in 72 innings.
And that is in there, and Bregman does not swing. He's gone looking. Head to head, so far it's been ugly for the Cubs. Brewers went into Wrigley Field May 18th through the 20th, swept them. They won last night, and that's what's taken place thus far. As Michael Busch lifts one in the air, foul and out of play.
Yeah, Harrison, the stuff is really good. The command is good, and there's some funk too in his delivery. He's got this herky-jerky delivery.
He also gets down real low. There's an element of his delivery that feels a little bit like Shota's. In terms of the vertical approach angle is really flat. He's not really using the mound or the downward slope.
More of a drop and driver.
Touches the top edge of the strike zone with that one. Swing and a miss. Bush is gone, and there's 2 away.
Very aggressive with that fastball right through the heart of the zone at 97. I just think, again, I think that delivery creates some issues for hitters, especially first time through.
Well, the Miz has the highest strikeout rate in baseball. Skeen's up there as well, but I mean, Harrison's in the top 5. That's in all of baseball. So I mean, close to a third of the batters that he faces, he strikes out.
Yeah, 4 of those 5 in the NL Central. So all these talented arms Cub hitters are going to have to deal with.
We go at 236. And fouls one back after a brilliant start. First 35 games for Hoerner. His slash line was 300, 377, 457. Last 45 games, he's hit just 187. The 1-2. High fly ball in the air, left field. That one towards the corner. Churio into the corner, and he makes the catch. Hoerner just missed sneaking one out of here. We're midway in the second. 1-0 Milwaukee. Back here, time for the advanced metrics powered by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com. How about defensive efficiency for teams? And the Dodgers won the Cubs. The Braves at the 3 spot, and then the Rays. You see the major league average. The Cubs, team-wise, you find them all over the leaderboards. They're first in outs above average. Right there, we showed you second in defensive efficiency, second in defensive runs saved, and first in fielding run value. Peterson should benefit from the Cubs' elite defense. This one in the air, softly hit right field. It falls and kicks into foul ground. Shaw collects it, and Sanchez will stay put at first. For more on David Peterson, we send it downstairs and Taylor.
Well, yeah, he should benefit because of a high BABIP. He has the 3rd highest BABIP amongst qualified starters this season. But he did not find out he was traded until Wednesday night after the doubleheader. So he was a little shell-shocked. He said he'd spent his entire career with the Mets. So not only was he processing, but then he had to figure out, okay, what's next? How do I get the stuff I need to get to Chicago and just figure out things logistically? So he has not been throwing in front of anyone on the Cubs. Clearly, they played catch right before the team left New York on Thursday night, played catch yesterday. But as for formulating a game plan here today, they relied heavily on David and what he feels like works. Now, Carson is calling the game today, but they expected David to potentially shake him off and have a big part of this game plan, Boog.
Peterson missing outside with that sinker.
Yeah, that's important. And he's a veteran. He's not a kid. He's been around a while, but you have to have the wherewithal, the ability to impose your will when you go to a new club. Because Carson, I'm sure, has done his homework on it, but if there's something Peterson really wants to do, he's got to make sure Carson's aware of that. Still looking for that first ground ball. This would be a good time to get it.
Perkins, switch hitter, batting right. Drilled in the air, right field. Shaw back, slowing down. and makes the catch. Sanchez back to first. Downstairs, more Taylor.
And he did say he was excited about this opportunity. He had been with one organization for 10 years, so he believes this is a fresh set of eyes, a chance for new guys to get new eyes on him, and there's potentially growth there. But he believes his mechanics early on in this season were not where he felt like they needed to be, so the season numbers aren't great, but he feels like lately he's in a better place, Boop.
Line to third, Bregman makes the catch. He was in on the grass. And Frelick hit it hard, but right at the third baseman.
Hang with him, Sal Frelick, who's having a tough year. Frustrated, no doubt. He smokes this ball and right at Bregman, who's in, well in, on the grass. A little self-defense snag there from Alex.
First offering is in for a strike to the rookie Cooper Pratt. How about this guy getting an opportunity to play every day at the age of 21? Debuted 11 days ago, June 16th. He was their 6th round pick in 2023. And they love the glove. They signed him to a contract extension before he ever played in the majors. On the ground to third, Bregman up with it and fires it to Nico at second. And Peterson does well, pitching around a leadoff single. Fans Live Odds brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. We head to the third, and it's Ian Happ up to hit. 6 up, 6 down so far for Kyle Harrison. I love all conference.
Yeah, he's an all-conference performer. Damage against the teams in the NL Central. Only Eugenio Suarez, Gino, has more home runs against the NL Central since Ian debuted in May of 2017.
The 0-2. And that one down and in. One of the things for Happ is definitely trying to get that right-handed swing going, hitting just 172 from this side. Overall 16 homers. Only PCA has more on the Cubs. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and Happ is gone, and Harrison has struck out 4.
This time he just blisters a fastball right by him off that outside edge.
One away, it'll bring up Carson Kelly. Harrison did have one dud. It was June 8th against the Athletics. He gave up 3 homers in 2 1/3, 8 runs on 8 hits. But you take that away and look at the other 13 starts, it's a 155. I mean, as it stands, it's 250.
Yeah, pitchers with at least 70 innings pitched this year, that 250 ERA is 9th best. You throw that Vegas start out, he'd have the best ERA in baseball. And that, talking to the Rocky people who played over there in Vegas, just a horrible place to pitch. Ball was jumping like crazy.
Was that your home ballpark? Did you pitch?
No, I pitched in Cashman Field. They have a new AAA ballpark there. That particular game ended up being a 15-14.
That's right.
A Brewers win.
But you did AAA. What Las Vegas was home for you, just not
half a season, or something like that. Yeah, it's not a good place to pitch.
2-2. The third, Ortiz handles that and throws out Carson Kelly, 2 down.
Yeah, Pratt, who's supposed to be all that defensively, so you add him to Ortiz over there on that side of the diamond, and that's a pretty tough duo to beat. Terang at second as well, outstanding defender.
Yeah, since they've instituted the team gold glove, It hasn't left the Central. I think it's going Cardinals, Brewers, Brewers, Cubs in the National League. It's fouled back. For Dansby Swanson, that hot streak in New York. Kind of feel like he took a little bit of weight off of his shoulders. Average sitting at 196, not where he wants, but
drove in 15 runs in that series against the Mets, including 11 in the doubleheader. And then didn't do much in the finale of that series. Then you run into, you know, Mizorowski and this kid. Not easy. But it's the big leagues, right? That's
right.
Thing, right?
It's a tough league.
Yeah.
By the way, for Team Gold Glove, it actually started in 2020, and it went Cubs, Cardinals, Cardinals, Brewers, Brewers, Cubs. So it has not left the Central, but I left out 2 of the teams.
It's all right. We'll forgive you.
Thanks.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
We're all just trying the best we can here.
I mean, 80%.
Yeah.
And sometimes not even that. The 2-2 is upstairs and outside, and now it's 3-2. And a breaking ball in there, got him with the slurve and froze him. 9 up, 9 down, and 5 strikeouts for Kyle Harrison to begin.
Cub fans, visit Cubs Trending inside the Marquee Sports app for all the top highlights, interviews, and must-watch moments all season long. Presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent. Visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Line drive, and that one lined over the head of Nico Horner. Ortiz, first pitch swinging.
Enough man aboard for the 3rd consecutive season. Inning, the first inning, it was a first pitch home run by Churio leading off the game. Bloop single Sanchez in the 2nd, and now a little soft line drive for Ortiz.
Churio stands in, jumped on Peterson. First pitch he saw from the lefty. Remember, Churio didn't debut this year until May 9th. He injured his hand in the WBC when he was hit by a pitch. He's been absolutely sizzling, an OPS over 1,000 last 23 games. I think 24. Kampka's too quick for me. You wouldn't anticipate that, right, Kampka? But there's first step quickness there.
Yeah, he's sneaky. He's sneaky quick.
Sneaky quick, and does it all while in a very dainty way inputting the information. Bounce to short. Can they turn it? Swanson double clutches, and the answer is no.
There's that ground ball, Peterson's specialty. It looked like it might be 2, but Dansby has a hard time getting out of his glove. And Churio flying down the line. There went your double play. And I think that was just a byproduct of Dansby's awareness of Churio's speed.
Yep.
He's trying to go quick there and didn't get the handle.
Turang swings and misses. Bryce Turang 0 for 1. 1-1. And he went too far that time.
Awkward swing here by Terang at the slider from Peterson. That's been his best pitch. Got hurt on the fastball and the changeup. Slider making a lot of swings and misses on that one. The nerve, the nerve.
David Peterson, the 30th pitcher the Cubs have used this year. It's tied with the Blue Jays for the most in all of baseball.
And the Cubs have to be setting some kind of a record, or on the verge of setting some kind of a record, just for transactions. All the different players they've picked up off the waiver wire, assigned to AAA, just trying to create some pitching depth to cope with all these injuries. Just a quick little snap throw from Peterson.
Two. Rudder goes, pitch is cut on and missed. Throw is too late. And now Chourio takes off. He thought the ball had gotten away into center. And it ends up being a double play. I'm not sure why Chourio thought the ball had gotten away, but he couldn't find it and he took off. Back here, top of the fourth. And the Cubs alertly getting 2 outs on that last play as Chourio ran into an out. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong. If Craig Counsell is villain number 1, I would say PCA is villain 1A.
Well, because they know how much Cub fans love him, so the Brewer fans are gonna dog him. But yeah, you are spot on.
Pat Murphy still calls him the kid with the blue hair.
And Kyle Tucker was the kid with the big feet.
That's right.
I mean, you dye your hair blue once.
Yeah.
Rest of your life you're the kid with the blue hair.
Is Murph still in the tunnel? Swing and a miss, and Harrison gets Pete Crow Armstrong.
Well, here's the double play that ended the bottom half of the third. It's brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. I think you just saw the trajectory of the throw from Carson. Thinks it's going to sail into center field. Dansby goes up and over. Maybe just the Dansby's body language that may have deked him a little bit, huh? Just kind of dropped his head. Gave no indication that he caught that ball. All right, Cubs need a base runner. 10 up, 10 down so far for Harrison. What has been a dominating performance so far.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Has there been a loud foul ball yet? Well, Suzuki hit his ball real hard. Line out in the first. Nico hit a high, deep fly ball to left.
Swing and a miss. Two and two on Matt Shaw, who starts in right, hits second. You look at his career numbers, and he's hit lefties pretty well, at least in terms of A 491 slug. That'll play. On the ground up the middle, and that'll get through. And the Cubs with their first base runner. So after 10 straight retired by Harrison, a man aboard.
And those numbers you talked about against lefties, you wonder if Shaw might start stealing some ABs out in left field with Ian struggling against left-handed pitching.
Say Suzuki here. Suzuki lined to left his first time. A homer last night, and last 19 coming in, hitting .318 and putting up some pretty darn good numbers. That pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Now it's Cub fans' turn to boo at the pickoff throw.
This one in the air, right field, pretty well struck. Frelick back at the wall, out of here. Say it the opposite way. Over the right field wall, he got just enough of it, and with one swing, the Cubs have the lead. For Suzuki, it's number 12, 2-1. Cubs on top.
Well, second time through the batting order now. Matt Shaw delivers the single, and Sag goes deep for the second consecutive game. It was right center last night, straightaway right field here tonight. Home run replay brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. They were tracking, and ultimately runs out of room.
Just gives you an idea of how strong Seiya Suzuki is. Letting that ball get deep. And rips it out. And the Cub fans making some noise.
It is a charged atmosphere here, to say the least. Feels like a playoff game.
No doubt. Yeah, there's a buzz. This one popped up. Right side, foul ground, Vaughn. And there's 2 away. I remember last year in the division series, there was talk about how fans in these parts for Game 5, they were afraid that the Cub fans were going to come and snatch up all the tickets. Game 5 ended up, was it 3-1 the final?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds about right. Well, a few years back, didn't they do that? Didn't they restrict ticket sales to
your zip code?
Zip code, yeah.
Right.
Presidential matchup here, Harrison and Bush.
The 2-1. You know, it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Is if they played a playoff series again and they did the same thing. You have to do it. You know, they restricted by address, and if Craig Counsell bought all the tickets. 3-1 misses, and Bush will take his base. 2 outs, man aboard. Seiya Suzuki with a 2-run homer. Yeah, the Cubs have the advantage. For Harrison, by the way, it's the 9th homer he's allowed this year. Contreras goes to the mound for a visit before Nico Horner gets a chance to hit. Here's Horner now. Nico fly to the left field corner his first time. Cubs lead it 2-1. We're in the fourth. And that one through there for a strike. Harrison, who grew up a Giants fan in Concord, California, third-round pick by San Francisco in 2020. Last year, right about a year ago, June 15th, he was traded to Boston in the Devers deal. And then in February of this year, he was sent to Milwaukee. The 0-2. On the ground, softly hit towards third. Ortiz picks it up and out at first. Vic Carapazza waited an extra minute. Craig Counsell saying wait a little longer. They're going to look at it. And I think I saw Ryan Flaherty say 5.
Chicago is challenging the outlaw first base.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Let's take a second look with them.
It's a heck of a play by Ortiz, but Nico, he's going to win the race. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I think so.
That's safe in my parish.
Everybody on both sides cheers.
After review, the call of the field is overturned. Runner is safe. Chicago retains.
Chicago retains.
We have retained. So 2 aboard, and the inning continues. And an opportunity for Ian Happ, who struck out swinging his first time. Cubs up 2-1. Harrison swings and misses. Does Ian Happ. 26 pitches in the inning for the lefty.
He had retired the first 10 batters he faced, and now 4 of the last 5 have reached.
The kick in 0-1.
Smooth sailing until the 4th.
Fouled it off his foot, and Happ managing to stay alive painfully. To Wendelstedt, dusting off a lily white plate just to get Ian Happ a little more time. Did you have Harry in your career?
Yeah, for sure.
His dad, Harry Wendelstedt, long time Major League umpire.
Great umpire, great guy, very highly respected.
Happ swings and misses, struck him out, and the Cubs leave a couple. But Seiya Suzuki with a man aboard, deep to right and gone. And midway in the 4th, the Cubs have a 2-1 advantage. Bottom 4, and we get a 2-1 game thanks to that guy. Seiya Suzuki with the home run, his 12th of the season. And career homer number 99. And Peterson delivers a pitch that misses a little bit high. Ball 1 to Contreras. Contreras, then Vaughn and Sanchez. 3, 4, 5 in the order. Lefty ready and fires. And that one missing down and in. So 3 balls, no strikes. See if Peterson can get back in it. That's through there. Brewers last night came up with their 50th win, fastest in franchise history to get to 50. Fly ball right field, and shot.
We invited passionate soccer fans to push Nissan vehicles to the limit, just like they do with their teams. Hurry in to the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 2,000 customer cash on Kicks SR.
One away, and it's Andrew Vaughn. Cubs 2, Brewers 1. Here's the pitch. Vaughn getting to start at first base. Like Churio, he started the year. Well, actually, it was opening day when he injured his hamate, so he got 1 game in and then went on the shelf back on May 4th.
Such a big story for the Brewers last year. And putting it all together again this season. So last year in a Brewer uniform, a .319 batting average, .394 on base, and a .501 slugging percentage.
Yeah, that's the guy that the White Sox thought they were drafting in the first round.
Yeah, he was in AAA at the time, right, when the Brewers acquired him.
And then they put him at AAA before bringing him up. 2-2 now. 1 out, base is empty.
Golden Spikes Award for the top collegiate player in the country.
You go to Cal?
That feels right, Boog. Yeah, I think so. Whoop, he got away. Peterson played his college ball at Oregon.
3-2. Bounce towards third. Bregman collects the big hop and then fires.
Well, as we've talked about, it's been an interesting couple of days for David Peterson as he was traded over when this team was facing his former team. So Michael Conforto, I was talking to him today. They had been teammates in New York, and he said, you know, he comes over. And the thing about David, he's a little shy, but he has some good one-liners, and he's really good at making jokes with. So naturally, he walks into the Cubs clubhouse, and we have a lot of Oregon State Beavers on this team between him and Matthew Boyd. So that was one of the first things everybody said is, have you checked how many national championships we have? How many does Oregon have? I know. I mean, straight to it. Just make him comfortable quick, I guess.
Trash talking.
Jeez. Ball to strike on Gary Sanchez. Sanchez floated a single to right his first time. Line drive, caught on the backhand, Michael Busch. There's that good infield defense. End of 4, it's 2-1. Top of the 5th, and the roof's open. Carson Kelly swings and misses.
A little first pitch change up there.
That was a four-seamer.
That was four-seamer.
Yeah.
I'll pay more attention.
Jenny, what was that game they were playing up on?
They're playing hang on to the sausage and see who could stay attached to it the longest.
Here's a 1-1.
Like you've seen people do that with a truck, and the person who stays
That's right.
connected to the truck the longest wins the truck. We're talking about a little game they played on the big board here between innings.
I'm sorry.
Trying to get me fired.
I was not trying to get you fired, but that was being a bad teammate just for my own personal entertainment. That's all that was. Carson Kelly lifts this to center. the other part that I love, and Taylor pointed this out the other day, as soon as I said it, T-Mac, he got the smile on his face, the mischievous smile. He still has that smile like you're 11 or something. Like you're up to no good.
Yeah, and I don't even know how to really describe it, but he does it.
Yeah.
And we both just knew what he was talking about.
The old JD mischievous. You can't even
replicate
it.
No, it just happens.
Yeah.
You can't make it happen.
Yeah, she's dead on. Budweiser broadcast booth. This Bud's for you. 150 years. We've been right here.
The other thing.
Hmm.
I always say mischievous.
Okay.
And you say mischievous.
Right.
Am I wrong?
Tomato, tomato.
I think it's more tomato, tomato. I
think
don't.
you can go either way.
They would bring back the poll. We used to have polls during the right? Put it on the poll. Mischievous or mischievous? I honestly would be if somebody walked into the booth right now and they were like, "Look, it's mischievous," I would be totally fine with it. Here's a 1-2. Harrison with the it's got the mango colored Nike swoosh. Mango.
I thought mango was more of a yellow.
I'm telling you, they told me it was mango. Wild mango.
Apparently there's a difference.
Yeah. Harrison still, I mean, he's just a baby. He's 24 years old. Having his breakout season. 2-2. And that missed outside. Tried with the slurve and missed. Swanson back in and waits. 3-2. Popped up, foul. And that will get out of play.
The Brewers have won 10 of Harrison's last 11 starts. They lost his last start. He's been on an incredible run here. I was at Atlanta. He got a no decision with 6 1/3, allowed 2 runs. There's another strikeout on that heater.
So he has struck out 8. The Brewers have also been on a serious run in the Central. They have won 11 straight NL Central matchups.
You know, obviously the velo is good on that fastball, but there's deception too. Whether it's the arm slot, the herky-jerky nature, the spin on the four-seamer. Because a lot of these fastballs, it's not like he's painting corners. He's just beating guys in the zone.
Yep. Yeah, and again, my hitting video is not coming out anytime soon, but he's got carry. And it's a flat angle, so I think he's one of those. His arm slot actually went up a little bit this year, so I think he's one of those guys that you'd think about trying to swing a ball above.
Yeah. Gets a lot of swings underneath that fastball.
In there for a strike. PCA has grounded out, and he has struck out. Harrison ahead 1-2 with 2 outs. In the dirt. Brewers got a first inning homer from Jackson Churio. The Cubs a 4th inning 2-run homer from Seiya Suzuki, and that's where we are. And that's dribbled foul. One of the things you really like in terms of Pete this year, I mean, there's so many things in terms of progress and getting better, but against lefties coming in, 293. That one misses low. His walk rate has more than doubled from 4.5% to over 9%. 3-2. Harrison deals. And that is in there. Just at the bottom edge of the strike zone. And PCA is down on strikes.
Started to challenge and then he stopped. Watch Pete. Goes up and gets about 3/4 away and thinks better of it.
It was a strike. Advantage on the Brewers. Blake Perkins at the plate. Here comes the pitch. That is drilled out towards right center field. And that one will touch down and bang up against the wall. PCA retrieves, fires it in. And Perkins, who came in hitting 153, comes up with a double.
And the 4th time tonight out of 5 that the Brewers have had the leadoff man reach. This time it's a double. Perkins, not known for his power, drives this one to the wall in right center. Perfectly splits the gap out there in speed aboard. You're looking outstanding bunter. Corners pinch.
Line drive, base hit, left center field. Perkins around third on his way in to score. And just like that, the Brewers have tied it up.
Second time Frelick's gone that way tonight. First time up, he hit that line shot right at Alex Bregman. This time he finds a little green grass out and left.
And Frelick with that flat swing and just punches a line drive into left. And now the rookie Cooper Pratt.
Bit of an ambush there from Frelick. He usually doesn't swing at that first pitch. Less than 20% of the time.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. So the Brewers do it a little differently. I mean, they're tied for 27th in homers hit in the majors out of 30 teams. So the most runs scored this year not on homers. They're number 1.
Well, they don't strike out a ton. They hit for average. They have good speed. They're able to go first to third. They've been very efficient getting runners in from third base in less than 2 outs.
Ground ball right side. Horner tossed to second for 1, on to first, 2.
Pretty double play. The angle with which Nico had to go get this ball, it didn't feel like a double play, but backpedaling, he gets it to Dansby real quick on the turn. We get a pretty speedy guy in Pratt going down the line.
Well, those two work together and turn him about as well as anyone. Two. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch.
I hear you, Tony T.
That last one, he's got to be like, what in the world was that? He's been efficient. Only 62 pitches thrown so far for the big lefty from Colorado.
Hit the knees there at 92. Hasn't walked anybody. Doesn't feel like there's been that many 3-ball counts. Very efficient.
Chopped up the middle. Swanson charges, fires on the move, and they get Ortiz. The Brewers, though, pick up a run and even the score. It's 2-2 onto the 6th.
In New York, it was announced that Ben Brown was placed on the 15-day IL with a neck strain. Well, we talked to Ben today. A little bit more clarity on what exactly is going on. So basically, he has a semi-stress fracture in a bone in his neck. He says this is the exact same injury that sidelined him in 2024. The only difference being that right now they have much more clarity as to what's going on. In 24, he was misdiagnosed, and it took a lot of time to figure out why the pain was happening. But he knows now it is a stress fracture. So he said at least 4 to 6 weeks of no activity to allow that bone to heal. From there, he's hopeful he can return quickly. But Boog JD, the biggest question remains right now is what about his mechanics and what about playing baseball is causing that bone to get fractured, because that's something he's going to have to figure out for the long term of his career.
Yeah, well, certainly right now the Cubs trying to figure out what to do in place of the guy that has been their best starting pitcher.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate for the team and for Ben. He was rolling along, looked like maybe it would be an all-star. And it's weird, you know, a lot of baseball injuries, we have a lot of precedent to say, well, this happens to you, it's going to take this long for you to come back and this much time to ramp up and get ready. I haven't heard of this injury before, so I don't know. There's a lot of information out there as to how to deal with this. Pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Well, Chad Patrick enters the fray. Kyle Harrison done after 5. 22 appearances for Patrick, 61 2/3 and a 3.36 ERA. So all those strikeouts come with a cost. Pitch count got to be a little bit problematic. Harrison out after just 5 innings of work.
Shaw gets a piece of that one, fouls it back, 0-2.
It's a weird thing about pitching injuries, right? You get hurt just by doing your job. It's not like you're playing football and somebody hit you on the knee and blew out your knee. Staying alive, staying alive. Travis looked like he was trying to make the case that he held on to this one long enough. To get his point, he was trying to make the transfer to his throwing hand. I think it was the right call.
On the ground to third, backhanded by Ortiz.
A time now for our Infinity Cutting Edge moment. Experience their luxury SUVs today. Experience Seiya Suzuki last night and today. Off Mizorowski to right center. Up there in the Toyota territory. And then tonight to right field. And he has been the man of the match for the Cubs. Yeah, he likes his cutter. It's a good one there. running away from the barrel. I feel like Hunter Wendelstedt has had a great night behind the plate.
I'm with you. Been really good. 1-1, 1 out, base is empty. Fly ball right field. This one playable for Frelick. Send it downstairs, and Taylor.
With Alex Bregman stepping into the batter's box, it's been documented the power has not been there this season for him, and he's been frustrated a little bit by that. And so all season long, he's been tinkering with some of his mechanics to try to get back on track. I was talking to Dustin Kelly, and he said one of the things about Bregman is during the game, he'll use the iPad to actually evaluate his mechanics, which, for context, most hitters do not. They use that iPad to see location of a pitch shape from an opposing pitcher, but most guys are not breaking down their mechanics in game. That is unique to Alex Bregman, and so he was doing it just before this at bat, Boog.
Challenge right here, and ABS powered by T-Mobile, and it's a ball.
The call is confirmed. Milwaukee has one challenge remaining in the contest.
Yeah, T-Mac, he's interesting, isn't he? It's different. He's so many guys talk about how does it feel, and he's really interested in how it looks.
In the ability to think about mechanics in game is unique, because most hitters will tell you, I don't want to step into the batter's box thinking about my mechanics, but for him, that's part of who he is, and it's part of who he's always been. His entire time in the big leagues, that's something he's super focused on, always tinkering and always trying to get better, and that begins with mechanics, of course.
2-1 now. Bregman waits, and the pitch.
Yeah, so the counterpoint would be just, okay, so things aren't going well and you're grinding away looking at the iPad and mechanics. Maybe put that away and just go be an athlete, but that's not how he rolls. That's not who he is as a person, right? He's a thinker, he's a tinkerer.
High fly ball, that's drilled, but curls foul.
And he's had rough patches before in his career, and this way of doing it has gotten him out of it. So you tend to trust the guy with a long track record of success to get to where he needs to be, doing it the way he likes to do it.
Two and two now. And that's downstairs. Well, for Bregman, I think, the big thing is just trying to deliver hard contact. Two outs, base is empty. Patrick fires. And that's outside, and it's ball 4. Here's the pitch, and that one is popped up. Bush spoils it foul. Stepping back in is Bregman at first. Cubs Tied up with the Brewers here 2-2 in inning number 6 on a gorgeous night. The roof is open. The Brewers took the opener last night. Check swing did not go. That's Nick Lentz, who was the plate umpire last evening.
Brewers outfielders are really deep. Take away the double. That would likely drive in the go-ahead run. Good eye.
Now Bush has a real good sense of the strike zone. Let's see those power numbers climb. This would be a nice time to maybe deposit one of the bullpen.
There we go. Okay.
Rub his belly, run round and first. 3-1. Swing and a miss. He was trying.
A little changeup. Kind of a little off-speed pitch at 91 miles an hour. Had him out in front a little bit.
Patrick ready. 3-2. Down and in, ball 4, and an opportunity.
Yeah, an easy take there for Michael on ball 4. Wasn't even close.
Chris Hook will head out to the mound.
Wherever life takes you,
whenever you need us,
we're your advocate. Advocate Healthcare.
So Chris Hook has had his say. And now it's an opportunity for Nico Horner. And Nico, as you see a lot after a pitch or at least a strike, he'll ask for time. The 0-1.
Used all their high leverage guys last night, Ashby, Uribe, and McGill, but only McGill threw a lot of pitches. He threw 26. So he might be in question tonight. The other two guys probably available. Plus the Brewers are off on Thursday while the Cubs are finishing their series in New York. There's Ashby. Anderson, the right-hander. Ashby, the lefty.
2-2. Line drive, base hit, right field. Bregman around third. Bregman to the plate, and a run in. It's 3-2. Bush kind of stopped and started on his way to third, but Nico ends up at second, and the Cubs have the lead.
Yeah, I think Michael Bush wanted to make sure he wasn't going to be tagged out before Bregman crossed home plate. He wasn't sure exactly where that throw was. So he was kind of prepared to get in a rundown to keep the play alive to make sure Bregman could score. You'll see it here. Frelick got a strong arm out there and right. But she's looking back over his shoulder, sees the flight of that ball, and then just cruises on into third. Starting to break it down. One good tag.
This one drilled right field. It's back, and it's gone. Ian Happ. A low line drive over the right field wall, and Happer has added on, and the Cubs now lead it 6-2. And listen to all these Cub fans.
Cub fans are delirious here in Milwaukee. Oh my. Second long one of the night for the Cubs, Suzuki, and now Ian Happ. This home run is brought to you by Hefty strength you can trust. Mr. All Conference.
Ian Happ with his 17th of the year. And we've got a pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. As he rips one down the right field line, it was kind of like a topspin backhand. Career homer number 190, and he is tied the great Hack Wilson for most homers in Cub history, tied for 11th.
There you go, Hank, Happ, and Hack. Trending towards a 30 home run season is Ian Happ. Grant Anderson now into the ball game for the Brewers. This is his 31st appearance. Didn't strike out many. And walks quite a few. Tough on righties. Right-hand batters hit just 191 against them. So there's four-seamer, slider, and a sinker.
Carson Kelly on a check swing, appeal, and he went, says Vic Carapazza.
Yep. I'm kind of digging these Brewer socks, by the way. Harrison was wearing them that way, and Anderson as well. There's a little mango in there.
There is some mango in there.
Wild mango.
Wild mango is correct. Carson Kelly will take his base. It's not salmon.
No, it is not. And Contreras did a little bit of a challenge balk right there. He was going to challenge and then thought better of it, and I think he might have been right had he gone through with it, but they only have one left. Two outs, nobody on when this rally started. Back-to-back walks, Bregman and Bush. And single home run. You know, Boog, you can't defend the walk.
I wish you'd say that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, you just did.
I think Connie Mack may have been the first one to say that. While managing in his suit and fedora.
Hit hard on a hop. Ortiz, long throw. That's a nice play. Swanson hit it on the button. The Cubs take the lead on the Horner RBI single. And then with two aboard, Ian Happ Insurance Runs, brought to you by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and people strategy partner. Bottom half of inning number 6. Cubs have taken a 6-2 lead. David Peterson back to work. And that pitch is in for a strike. That was a curveball to Jackson Churio. The 0-1 bounced to short, collected by Swanson, who throws him out. By the way, during the commercial break, sausages. This was the start. I believe it was the Polish that prevailed.
Yeah, pretty much went wire to wire. Brock gave him a little push at the end. Polish exhibiting very good form. Not quite Nico Horner good, but pretty solid.
Yeah. There's the Polish, very pleased with himself. As Terang fouls one back. Fly ball center field, playable for Pete Crow Armstrong. Out number 2, time now for the Xfinity high-speed replay. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price. Xfinity, imagine that. All right, on this date, 1993, it was the first ever sausage race. Yeah, that's the truth. There was only 3 of them, and it was...
I don't think they really knew what they were doing.
No, they didn't. It was just a hodgepodge.
Them running out of the left field wall and heading towards home plate.
David Peterson, his Cub debut goes well. And this pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Tyler Ferguson takes over and delivers to William Contreras. Paid crowd tonight, 40,193 as we look at Fergie's numbers.
Yeah, just 3 appearances so far, 4 2/3 for the righty. Shuttled up and down between Iowa and the big club a number of times since joining the organization. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities to pitch.
Line but foul. The body and the motion for Tyler Ferguson remind me a ton of Derek Lowe.
I get that.
He throws a sinker some, but his main fastball is a 4-seamer. Bender misses outside, so the count 2-2 on Contreras. The Cubs got 4 in the top half of this inning, including a Horner RBI single, but then Happ unloads with 2 aboard. His 3-run blast makes it 6-2, and that is where we are. One dribbled foul towards third. Matt Erickson, their third base coach.
All the bats available to the Brewers off the bench are left-handed. Yelich, Hamilton, Bowers, and Mitchell. I assume might see 1 or 2 of those guys before the night is over. Stay ready out there, Rollison and Thielbar. See how Craig Counsell pieces it together, trying to finish this one off. Kind of a remade bullpen. Peterson enjoying the energy here in the ballpark.
Here's a 2-2. Contreras able to get a piece. Kick 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? Ooh. Yeah. Jim?
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Struck him out.
Definitely that time.
Ferguson against Contreras.
You need an ally there?
I just wanted some support.
Time now for our Miller Lite moment, and David Peterson getting high fives and handshakes and hugs in that visiting dugout, making his debut in a Cub uniform. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. He gave up a home run on the very first pitch of the game, but 5 2/3 innings, a 2-run ball, you'll take that anytime. Big double play started there by Nico. There's the line. 69 pitches to get through 5 2/3. Not walking man, a couple of punch outs. Very, very nice debut for the big lefty.
Pete Crow Armstrong takes a pitch too high. Ball 1 from Grant Anderson. PCA riding that 28 game on base streak. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Frelick back but settling under it and makes the catch. And there's one away. So 1 up and 1 down. It'll bring up Matt Shaw. John Sciambi, Jim DeShays, and Taylor McGregor with you. Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network. Cubs lead it 6-2. One inside to Shaw, who pulled the hands in tight. Matt's 1 for 3.
And Kyle Harrison, the starter for the Brewers, had retired the first 10 batters he faced. And he was just cruising along, and then when we went out in the 4th, Shaw got the base hit, and Suzuki followed with the 2-run shot.
The 3-0. And that's in there for a strike. You're dealing until you're not, right?
Yeah, man. It looked like he was going to pitch a shutout the way he was going along.
That was
that's
low.
A miss. That's a miss, Hunter.
3-1. And that is off the inside edge. What about card 1, Jake?
Card 1 says this: the Padres come to town this Monday night for the start of a 3-game series. Tickets are still available at Cubs.com/tickets.
Nobody reads card 1 like my partner.
Hitter is challenging the strike call.
Seiya Suzuki challenging the strike call, and it's a ball.
Yeah, Hunter's good. He's not going to bother. No narration for that one.
Have you seen anybody like react really pumped up to winning a challenge?
Like a player?
Yeah.
Nothing jumps out at me. Maybe just a little fist pump from a catcher.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, in a big moment.
Didn't the Reds win free pizza on a challenge? It's like if the staff records 11 or more strikeouts, and the 11th one this year at home
Was a challenge?
was a challenge.
Oh, that's worth the celebration.
John Sadak, I think, laid into it, which I love. 3-1 now. Man at first, and 1 out.
Free La Rosa's pizza for everybody. heard one the other day. Watching the Rays game, a promotion. They do in Tampa of all places. They do curds in the third. If the Rays score a run here in the third inning, everyone will win Wisconsin cheese curds.
Really?
Yeah.
In Tampa.
Yeah.
3-2. Shaw goes. That's fouled away. Huh. That's sort of random. Seiya sitting on 99 career homers. Do you think he's getting a slider here?
Yeah, why not?
3-2. Line drive ripped out into left center and a base hit. Shaw not stopping, on his way to third, and he dives in safely.
And he got his slider and he got the head on it and smoked it to left. Second hit of the night for Suzuki. This single to go along with the home run. Shaw has the play in front of him. Takes off for third, and in he goes. And that slide is brought to you by Wisconsin Dells. Playing your getaway at WisDells.com. Just up the road here a little bit.
WisDells. Bregman takes down low, and the Cub fans making noise here at American Family Field. Bregman drills that towards left center. And a catch is made by Churios. Shaw will tag and race home. An insurance run makes it 7-2 in the seventh. Bregman the RBI.
Shaw's speed and hustle to get to third base sets up Bregman, and he delivers the fly ball. And the Cubs now have a 5-run cushion.
This one laced out into left center field. Base hit. Michael Busch towards the gap. Churio bobbles. They're going to send the runner. Here comes Suzuki to the plate. Out at the plate. He decided not to slide, and Hunter Wendelstedt said that Contreras got the tag on him as he went by, and they will not look at it. Cubs lead it 7-2, squandered an opportunity possibly to add a run. Jacob Webb will take over. And a breaking ball clips the corner against Andrew Vaughn.
Jacob Webb is on for the 36th time. He has posted a 3.67 ERA for 34 in the third innings of work.
Check swing went too far. It's a strike. Cubs lead it 7-2. Popped up. Busch going out. Waving his arms into foul ground. Oh, and he reaches out and makes the catch. He has gotten really good at those.
As ball slicing away from him. Not sure exactly how much room he has. Doesn't want to take his eye off the ball. Takes charge early.
Christian Yelich is going to hit for Gary Sanchez here in the seventh. And Webb pumps in A strike. Yelich not playing tonight with the lefty starting, so they went with Sanchez as the DH. His last 10 games hitting just 171.
He's not buying that strike call from Hunter Wendelstedt. I think he's right.
The 0-2. A little high. Swing and a miss. And Yelich is down on strikes. All right, let's go back to that play that ended the top half of the 7th. Here's Seiya around third. Quentin Berry sending him on his way to the plate. Doesn't slide. And Hunter Wendelstedt, I feel like here it looks like he slows down a little bit.
Yeah. Not sure why. Probably should have slid. Nico was back there. It's the on-deck hitter's responsibility to get in the line of sight of the base runner, let him know whether he should get down or not. I couldn't see on that replay whether Nico was telling him to get down.
Yeah, he needs to slide there.
Yeah. And he also needs to not slow down.
Not slow down, yeah. Jake Bauers is hitting here.
It wasn't a bad send by Quentin Berry. As soon as he saw Churio mishandle the ball and left, that's when he decided to crank that right arm and send him home.
This guy's having a great year.
He's like this year's Andrew Vaughn from last year. In a certain way, though, this plays to the strength of Jacob Webb to bring these left-handed bats off the bench to face Webb, because a changeup makes him very effective against left-handed hitters. Like that.
Bauers down on strikes, and 1-2-3 go the Brewers.
A pinch hitter last. This happened. Time now for the GE Aerospace Defensive Spotlight. TCA with a remarkable play in center. Couldn't catch it, but he saved a home run. Highlights this thing back into the field of play. Oh, so close to an all-time great catch. It's still a brilliant effort from a brilliant defender.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
Catcher challenges the ball call, and it is still a ball.
The pitch is confirmed. Milwaukee is out of challenges.
I believe that Contreras, he has the most challenged calls of anybody by a lot.
Not even close. William the Contrarian.
He's out of challenges now.
He has no more.
Corner pops this one up. And that'll get out of play. 1-2 to Nico. Had a big RBI single in the 6th. And he's also come up with an infield hit. Take that. Bauers, by the way, stays in the game in left.
Okay. Let me put that in my book, Boop.
Yeah. So Bauers is in left. There he is with his hot mango sleeves, or wild mango sleeves. Churio's in center.
And the big lefty, Jared Koenig, is on the hill.
Outs to short. Cooper Pratt.
How far did it fly? Brought to you by American Airlines. Ian Happ with the big swing in this ball game. Unloads. I'm Chad Patrick. 381 Happ defeat. Score your next flight at AA.com.
And here he is. Fouls that one back. Continues to be all conference. That was his 98th career homer against the NL Central. So he's got 190 and 98 of them against the Central. Swing and a miss.
Jared Koenig just off the IL, has only pitched 3 times before going on the IL. Put up a 2.86 ERA for the Brewers last year in 72 appearances. We get another valuable arm back in their bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, last 2 years, he's combined 127 appearances, 128 innings of 2.67 ERA. It's quite good. Cubs lead at 7-2. We're in the 8th. And Happ gets a piece right there. Now, one of the things that keyed that 4-run 6th inning, Bregman and Bush taking walks. Cubs with the highest offensive walk rate in the majors this year. Happ is down looking, 2 away.
They go with the breaking ball here and just clips the bottom of the zone. Tenth strikeout recorded by Brewer pitching here tonight. Harrison, the starter, had 9 in 5 innings.
He used a bunch of pitches, though, in those 5 innings.
Yeah.
What was his total was? Please stand by, caller.
90 something, right?
92. Which JD does qualify as 90 something.
Mm-hmm. Within the margin of error.
No question. On the ground towards third. Fair ball down the line. It gets past Ortiz. Bauer's over to pick it up. Kelly's into second. And Carson has a 2-out double.
Opportunity to add one more here in the 8th with 2 outs. Kelly right down the third base line. His first hit of the night, second reach. He walked back in the 6th.
Popped up. Pratt waiting for it. And he's got it. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Cubs with a 7-2 advantage.
Time for Home Depot working on a win. And the category is starting for the Cubs. Last 15 games, they put up a 2.99 ERA, covering 75 in the 3rd innings. Despite all the injuries, the starters have kind of held up here over the last couple of weeks. Trent Thornton got a big save the other night in New York.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was fired up.
Cubs, by the way, tonight have not issued a walk. Brewers have only one game this year where they have not drawn a walk. Center field, PCA tracking back, slowing down, makes the catch. Frelick gave it a ride, but he hit it to the wrong dude.
To the wrong dude in the wrong part of the ballpark. Tyler Ferguson went a third of an inning. Jacob Webb one scoreless with a couple of strikeouts. Thornton gets the eighth and presumably Rollison the ninth. We'll see.
On the ground to short, Swanson.
On Sunday, July 5th. That's coming up next week.
Yeah,
Cubs take on the Cardinals. First pitch 1:30, and the first 5,000 early arriving fans age 13 and under will receive a Clark the Cup building block set presented by Southwest Airlines. Be sure to arrive early. It's weird. I feel like we were just complaining about it. It's way too cold at the ballpark in springtime, and it's 30 degrees, and we're wearing ski caps, and now it's July 4th coming up. This is David Hamilton, the speedster. Came over with Harrison in that deal with the Red Sox.
Hamilton, who can absolutely scoot, and now he's in a platoon, and he and Ortiz sharing that spot over there at third.
Here are the deets. Harrison Drowan and Hamilton. Drowan's been really good for them. Durbin the key piece going the other way.
And that's the first walk.
James.
Yeah. Apologize, everybody.
I'll normally be worried about the stolen base with Hamilton, but they're down 5. If you're Trent Thornton, just disregard him. Worry about the hitter. Ryan Rollison is up in the Cubs bullpen. There he is.
Can confirm. Churio with the homer. He's wrapped into a fielder's choice, and he's grounded to short. Up the middle as Horner waits on it, steadies and throws, and Thornton pitches around a 2-out walk. On to the ninth. The news is good. 7-2. To you by Wintrust. 7-2. Cubs had the lead. The debut for David Peterson went well. 5 2/3, 2 earnings. Suzuki a 2-run homer. Happ a 3-run homer. That's the story as PCA fouls it back.
Nothing for 4 for PCA tonight. Trying to keep that on base streak alive. Joel Kuhnel is the new chunker here for the Brewers. A whole lot of right-hander out there. 6'5", 290. We saw him earlier this year. He was an A. Combined, he has put up those numbers: 32 in the third, 4.18.
Now PCA's got his 28 game on base streak on the line right here in an 0-2 hole.
Brandon Woodruff is slated to pitch for Milwaukee tomorrow. Cubs have not yet announced a starter.
Foul back. Kunal ready. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the ninth. The pitch. And now 2-2. Kunal comes set. And a swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may recall we've got this 50-50 raffle that's been going on for this entire road trip. Fans in Illinois can purchase raffle tickets through the end of tomorrow's game. The jackpot currently over $270,000. Cubs.com/raffle. 278,852 to be exact. Wow. And counting.
Michael Conforto dribbles that one foul of first. Numbers for Conforto have dropped off a bit, but he's been a pretty valuable piece for this Cubs team this season. Asks for time.
It's a tough role, that bench role, pinch
No
hitting and getting the occasional start. Hard to stay in rhythm. Ooh. Koenig and Kunal and Trevor McGill, man, they got some big dudes out there in that bullpen.
Yes. I'm waiting for Todd Coffey to come running out.
Coffee talk. Yeah.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Chasing Frelick back. That one is gone. Michael Conforto will touch them all. Fifth of the year, and the Cubs add on here in the ninth. 8-2.
He's got a knack. Come off that bench and do damage. Third long ball of the night for the Cubs. Suzuki, Happ, and now Conforto peppering that section of the ballpark. This season, that's remarkable.
All smiles in the Cubs dugout. Well, not Craig Counsell, but
a lot of the Brewer fans are heading for the exits.
Are we okay with there? You all right?
What was that noise?
I don't know.
It might have been me. I took my headset off. Oh yeah, that's fun. Can you hear that at home? Listen at home. Can you hear this?
Hang on.
It's like a robot. I was taking my headset off so I could hear the crowd, independent of my headset here.
Well, we all enjoyed that.
Yeah. It's never happened before.
JD, don't do that again.
I'll warn you next time.
2-2. On the ground to third. Hamilton. Low throw. Nice pick by Vaughn. And Suzuki retired.
Hamilton looks like he's got a little something to throw with there. He got a lot on that one.
Here's Bregman now. Bregman with a big 2-out walk following Shaw and Suzuki being retired in the 6th. This one ripped out towards left center, but Bowers tracks it down. Alex hit it on the nose. Conforto goes deep. Cubs add on. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Go Cubs by Prevagen, made for the brain, and by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Back here in Milwaukee. And we got good news for you. Cubs lead at 8-2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cubs have out-hit the Brewers 9-5. Error-free baseball. New pitcher. And right-hander Vince Velasquez will try and secure the final 3 outs. Facing Bryce Terang.
It's his first appearance since being called up on Wednesday. He worked 1 game earlier this year for the Cubs, 2 1/3. Pitching down at Iowa. Last year he was in Korea. His last big league time prior to this stint with the Cubs was in 2023 with the Pirates. He made 8 starts for the Buccos that year. Debuted with the Astros way back in 2015. Best years came as a Philly.
Terang spoils that one foul.
Rollison had been up, but as the Cubs continued to score, able to shut him down and go to plan B, keep him fresh for tomorrow.
2-2. On the ground to first. Bush able to grab that. He'll take it himself. And Terang retired. Cubs post-game live is coming up next. Cole Wright, Elise Menaker, and Carlos Pena. Contreras takes down low ball 1. That's fouled away.
Cubs have out hit them 9-5 here tonight. Neither side has committed an error.
Velasquez ready. Here comes. Popped up. Bush charging in. And now 2 down.
Velasquez, a apologizes to Bushy for maybe running a little interference there.
Garrett Mitchell will be the batter here.
Well, this is a guy we've been waiting for all night.
All night. Swing and a miss. Oh, Cub fans ready to make some noise. And is Mitchell all right?
He immediately clutched his left hamstring. Maybe just a cramp. Jason Lane coming out of the Brewers dugout. Pat Murphy had back surgery 2 days ago, so he's managing from the tunnel or in a side room because they don't want him to have to make any sudden movements if a ball's fouled in there.
I'm hoping that Pat Murphy is on his couch at his office, right? I mean, they've used all their guys, so
there's no more managing to be done, huh?
Yeah.
I think if there's any doubt at all, I don't know. Send a pitcher up there?
Yeah, or you can just have him stand there. Right?
Checking with Vince if he wants to throw one or if he's good to go. And Velasquez says, I'm good, let's go. Yeah, if I were the Brewers, I'd tell him just stand there.
Yes.
Don't risk straining it any more than it is.
What I was going to say is, if on that pitch he hit a homer,
yeah,
I would advocate hitting the next guy.
You'd be on board.
I'm completely fine with that. After that whole rigmarole, and then a guy ambushes him on the next pitch back, I'm not for that.
Yeah.
We don't advocate violence on this program.
You can tell by the body language that, he's in take mode here. But sometimes that can be a hard time to throw a strike. It just changes your mindset a little bit.
Velasquez at 2-1.
Good swing, but he's not going to run.
And that's your ball game. Cubs win. So they bounce back here tonight. Ian Happ with the big swing. His 3-run homer decisive in this 8-2 victory. JD, oh, that feels good.
Yeah, it's a nice win, boy. The way this game started with Kyle Harrison out there just dealing the first 3+ innings. First pitch of the game from David Peterson went as a Jackson Churio home run, but he settled in nicely in his Cubs debut. Went 5 2/3, allowed just the 2 runs. The Cubs continue to play add-on as the game rolled along, and indeed a nice win for the boys in gray tonight.
All right, for Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final: Cubs win it 8-2 over the Brewers. Tomorrow in the finale, the Cubs have not announced the starter yet. Brandon Woodruff goes for Milwaukee. Coverage begins at noon. Up next, Cubs postgame live. Cole Wright, Elise Menaker, and Carlos Pena. Oh, Cole, that one felt good.
Yeah, it did. It felt fantastic, to be exact. And taking a look at that, Ian Happ, one big swing, ties Hack Wilson, 11th all-time in Cubs history, Carlos.
He was ready to hit. First pitch he saw, just put it way out of there.
Absolutely. Like Carlos says, he was hunting fastballs, at least.
Yeah, and that's what this team was doing the rest of the way against Harrison, who they hadn't had luck against before.
Yeah.
Not the case
They
tonight.
were lurking in the bushes with a Banana Republic hat on. We'll tell you more.